going live. We're 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 going live. Hi. Thank you guys for waiting for me. I'm so sorry that I kept you waiting. You know, time, life, whatever. There's not enough time in my life. Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Happy full moon. Oh my God, it's a full moon. Can you guys tell I was like totally in Pee Wee Herman? Cherry. I don't know. Maybe I'm dating myself. I don't know. I'm gonna check. I want to check the full moon, which is 6/19, which is a mirrored number, by the way. It's the 23rd. How is everybody? We are at 99.1 moon right now. Yeah, totally. Totally stamping a date right on me. I'm 100 and I will be 101 soon. I shall put on some music. Some great music was just on and I couldn't come on with it because of friggin' copyright. Gosh darn it. So who's in the house? Who's here? Who's here? My Leslie, my Sky. Who else? How was your day? It was Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Did anybody do that crazy shopping Black Friday thing? I've never done that. Yeah, no. Hi, Karen. All a good family. Family in the house. How are you, love? Hello. Look at, I brought in more leaves from outside. These are brand. Look at, they're still. Look at how pretty. These are from right outside. These are from the tree outside that I get to look at every day. If you guys saw my post on Instagram with Little Bear this morning, and I just like literally, I open my eyes, I look at the clock, and well, I usually have this thing up, so it's not like it's open. Sometimes I do take it down at night to sleep with it because it's not like, it's just more I have it up at night, so I'm not like sitting here, people walking by staring at me. But I see this gorgeous tree right outside my window. And it's just like, especially when the sun is out and hitting it at that time of the day, which I'm usually up by then, but sometimes it's just such glorious, beautiful thing to look at. Leslie, I was getting dinner laughing myself when you were doing the Peter Herman laugh. Black Friday gross. Oh, I know, totally gross. Pretty leaf, I know. So I bring them in when I find them and they haven't been destroyed or stepped on or trampled on or whatever, and I collect them. And I know it's a big surprise, right? And seriously, it feels so good. I know I must look like a freaking crazy person making love to leaves. I can't help myself. They feel so good. They just have, I just love them so much. They're big, yeah? These are little ones. Really? Do you think these are big? Oh, I'll have to show you some of the big ones. This one's bigger. This one's bigger. I got some yesterday. They've already dried up. I tried to put them in water to see if they lasted that way, and they really don't. They just don't pick up. These were a little bit bigger, but they've dried up. These were from, I think, yesterday or the day before, so you could tell they're dry. This one was really interesting. It was laying on the ground like this. Look at it. It was laying on the ground like this, and where it was laying on the ground, I meant to take a picture of this and show you guys when it was more alive. But I didn't get to it, and I got a hole in it. That sucks. But you do it too? Oh yeah, it feels really good. So check it out. It was laying on the ground like this, where it was freezing on the ground, and so it burned the leaf in that pattern. And when I found it, it was still totally alive, like these are. See a difference? I think this was, yeah, either yesterday or the day before. Anyway, let's sit here and talk about leaves for the next frockin' hour. I shit you not. And you guys are like, yeah, we can probably listen to you talk about leaves for the next year. Because leaves! Ah! Anyhow. Yeah, so I bring in all that stuff. You guys, this place right now is just, there's plants everywhere, and it just, I do love it, but they're going in and out and stuff. I hug trees because the energy of trees against me makes me feel so, so happy. When I was younger, I thought that people would think I was crazy too. Oh yeah, I mean, I know people think and think I'm totally nuts, but at the same time, they like love to be in my environment. Not that people think I'm totally nuts, but I do things that like most people are just like, yeah, I wouldn't know. I was showing Rick today when he was out there with me. We were doing the lights, and I was showing him my branches that I've had alive for months. Cut branches off of the trees that were going to be thrown away in the dumpster. And I'm like, no. He's like, you rescued them. I'm like, I did rescue them. He's like, I said, they want to live, and the branches grow. They still keep growing. Like I showed you guys in that other video. I have branches outside that I've had for months in water, living. Who's that? Little bear, little bear. I did and like stuff that other people wouldn't even think about yet. If it's nature stuff, I am all over it. Okay, you guys, so here's the deal for today. We are going to do Dragon Fate Oracle. That's kind of the only thing that I check in with about ahead of time, ahead of Astral. 6:27. What do you know? Looking right at the clock at 6:27. 8:08. Oh, that's funny. 8:08. 3 people here. How funny. So I check in with the spirit tribe, and I ask, what are we doing? How are we doing? What oracle are we doing? And then I said, oh yeah, we're gonna listen to yesterday's Astral. I was like, wait a second, we didn't do an Astral last night. I was laying down and ready for sleep probably 20 minutes after we said goodnight. I was like, yeah, good thing I didn't do Astral. I feel very scattered when I do Astral, and I'm too tired because I'm channeling in Astral, and it's weird. Just put it that way. Little bear. I sing to these guys like all day long, like different voices, like also I do a voice. I do like I've always played with my voices, and I'm like, have I always played with my voices to make it so you guys can come in and do different voices with me, or how this weird thing with voices my whole life? And they're like, well, you know, it doesn't like hurt that you can change your voice here and there, but it's just always been a thing for you to play with your voice. Like, it's weird. Now that I met you, Infiniti, I can see that I'm not the only one who feels this way. Oh my God, no. So many of us feel this way. That's why I'm like, I mean, I know that I say like, I know I look weird and I'm crazy, whatever, but I know you guys can relate because a lot of us can. A lot of us are very much nature freaks and what people would call weird in a lot of ways, and sensitive, and in one way really kind of social and very giving and loving, and then at the same time you could be the most hardcore hermit and solo person ever and not want to be around anybody. And I mean, I could sit here for probably the next 5 straight hours and talk about things that I've felt that I was alone in, that I learned through my spiritual journey, that I'm definitely not alone in. And for me, years ago, when that was like, when you're also kind of like, why am I here? What's the point? I should just die and kill myself. This looks good. I would just sit around and have fantasies of different ways to end my own life. It was very dark. Very dark time. I would just sit there and think about all these different ways. What would be more effective? Would be messy? How would end up? Like, I would just like really get into it. It was cathartic. Fantasize about it. It was cathartic. I had to go somewhere. Me and my sisters were talking on the phone, and there are so many people who have preconceived notions of other people. These people are so close. We can all learn from each other. Yeah, you're right. When you know that you're really have an innate understanding of how different you are. And for me, it's been quite an interesting ride. You okay, love? Anyway, okay, so asked the tribe, what are we to do today? We didn't do an astral. What oracle are we doing? They were like, they said dragon real quick. It was abundance dragon. And then, sorry, picking petals off of my little succulent. And then I said, we didn't do an astral. So what are we doing? We're going straight into astral. And it was kind of like this collective laugh, like, oh, that's funny. And I was like, okay. And it was like, do you know how many astrals have been done that weren't listened to again up to this point? I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Quite a bit. They said, yeah, you're going to do one of those old ones. I said, oh, okay. So we're going to do one of the old one, and it's not even that old. It's one from just a couple days ago. It's when Michael spoke a lot. Because I was like, okay, well then which one? Well, thanks for putting me on a project 5 minutes before I'm supposed to go live. They love doing, they have no concept of time. And they know that everything is the way it is. But in my human mind, I'm like, notice would be nice, you know? I swear they really have fun with me. Oh, yeah, baby. They're like, yeah. Windfall of abundance. And where's my music? Did I turn music on? Did I get distracted as usual? Probably. I love this card. Windfall of Abundance. Come on, Roku. Okay, I'm going to see this through. I'm going to see this through, damn it. Okay. Windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. What is this? some commercials, I swear. We have seen this card not too long ago, actually. Tonight I won't be able to participate in the guided astral, but we'll rewatch and meditate on my one. Okay. I had a similar catharsis infinity. It was a temporary darkness to get to this inner light. Yeah. And I have a what you call it? Yeah. What's I gonna say? Yeah, this card came up not too long ago, and I love that it's to Santa Claus. And look at the bunny rabbit. He's giving these apples straight to the bunny rabbit. And the bunny rabbit is like, oh yeah. I'm gonna be eating for days. I'm gonna take this one. Gratitude list. Says counting your blessings and feeling gratitude feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Okay, so that's it for that. Gratitude list. So get into the habit of and nature's really great for this. If you're around nature and natural things, to be really grateful for when you look at those things, you could just be grateful in that moment for the beauty of it. Like I look around my place and I'm just like, seriously, it's just crazy. I want to share it with you guys right here. And I say crazy in a really good way. Let's see if I can show you from one side to the other. And I'm just like talking like plants, nature. Hopefully you guys can see. I have no idea how well this is turning out, but then I have one here. Babies. Holy moly. That computer is not light. I'm just going to say right now. Hopefully you guys can see. My mother loved lots of plants. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, and this is so like a month before I moved, I had so many more, and then I moved, and then I moved again, and then I've also lost a lot. I have lost. I'm like, what's this card? It was like off to the side. It's gratitude list. So yeah, just nature's really great for keeping you grateful. I really think that the theme of being grateful and feeling blissful and joyful and all that good stuff, that whole heart opening, we're feeling that a lot right now with all the energies that have been going on. Today's full moon again, like we've been talking about. We will have some like clearing out of the old, bringing in the new, of course, focusing on different energies, what's important. Look at this. So I have a little stack here. Every single one of them is upside down except for the top one. So Morgan Le Fay, healing. I do believe we've gotten Morgan Le Fay before. Pretty sure we have. She says yes. Right at 2020 and 3 people, 3 likes here. Morgan Le Fay, number 9. Oh yeah. Talk about an abundance of 9s. Holy moly. So healing with Morgan Le Fay. I'm hearing one more. I thought it was just one. I'm hearing one more. So number 9, Morgan Le Fay, healing. Yeah, we have that. She's just fierce. Yes. Whoop, whoop. Yep, that be it. The elder, heal or heed wise counsel. So we have gotten the elder before. Number 30, heed wise counsel. I love the elder. Oh my God, I love the elder. Okay. So Morgan Le Fay, look at this. Look at it. I was so close. 1 page. She was so close. Card number 4, page number 48, card number 9, Morgan Le Fay, healing. Morgan speaks. Even when others cry out against you, even when there are loud, aggressive voices proclaiming you are not magical, the truth is that you are magical. You have been magical, will always be magical. I urge you to allow me to protect you with the sword from the lake of Avalon itself. I will not hurt a soul, but I will carve through the bonds of the cords their criticism has created, and I will heal you of the hurt their cruel voices and harsh words have caused. See, behind me are the tender things of emotions, the dragon fae of water, the feeling beings who have long allowed me to be their protector, who dwelt peacefully for a time in these sheltering waters of Babylon, before again going out into the world. Take some time for your own self, dear one, and retreat and allow me to nurture you. Your magic is strong and powerful, but the wounds have at times been deep. Let these beings soothe you and allow yourself to feel your truth again. You are whole, perfect, and complete. Swim in the silken waters, feeling your truth, and know that soon you will experience a homecoming. You are never alone. And I will always be at your side whenever you have need of me. You are orphan, outcast, wanderer, no more. I now aside the Morgans, the priestesses of Avalon, and the sacred swan of Dragon Fae to be at your side evermore, evermore. So beautiful. Hold on, please. Okay, I'm going to skip straight to working with Morgan. There's a lot here, and I don't want to spend a shit ton of time on these. And I will take pictures of them and put them on my Instagram if you guys want to read. Okay, so without, see that moon, full moon in the back. You see that full moon in the background? So I'm being told that the elder is you might do. Oh, okay. That was sweet, you guys. So there, as I was reading, they were talking about this being also a full moon card. And it being this number 9 card is significant as well. The fact that she's front and center there with that full moon. What I heard is that with this full moon, we're going to be shedding. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I really need to get some throat stuff. Oh, my leaves. I thought I had. Alrighty, just now. Sorry. So, what I heard was with this new, full moon, and these energies talking about past hurts and getting over that, and that you are magical, and to come into that and to not let past criticisms or lies or circumstances that were hurtful to have you hold back. We are coming into a time, I'm hearing this, we only have two more full moons of this year. With this one today, and we have the one next month. And with that, the 0 point full moons are going to be helping us get over these and let go of energies that basically what I'm being shown is either like a plant, but not a healthy plant, something more sinister than a plant, just something that's rooted deep and isn't necessarily good. So I get this like vision of it just being ripped out, or really tended to and nurtured in a way to turn it into something else. So one way or another, it's going to change, it's going to transmute, it's going to evolve. And these are different things where we felt either inadequate or like we weren't acknowledged, or we were like she says here, times where it was about like injustices and lies being told, things like that. And she talks about retreat and allow me to nurture you. The magic is strong, powerful. That whole part is about these next coming weeks being a real catharsis and dump and healing in this way. Remember, this is a healing card. So this is really pushing people to get towards that. I'm going to do whatever I need to do and feel into it and let it go and realize I'm hearing forgiveness is a big part of this. So anyway, okay, I'm going to read this part. Working with Morgan. Be open at this time to new friendships, even if your temperament may urge you to hide away. You are coming home to the truth of your soul and your talents and skills. Working hard will be part of this, and Morgan's energy will assist you by providing a haven in which you may rest and grow your energy till it is time to come forth once again. She will ensure that you have this rest and this time. But be sure to be ready when she calls, for the journey is yours and the outcome is in your hands entirely. She will protect you in times of need along the way. So call on her when you are fatigued, feeling unwell, or run down due to emotional stress. And when you're like, transitional times like now, we need to get anything that's I'm holding on to that I'm either aware of or unaware of, or past hurts with, specific people or circumstances, anything that's holding me back emotionally from moving forward, either in a personal relationship type level or a business career type level. And then the elder, and that is heed wide counsel. The elder speaks. The elder speaks a lot. So we need to remember this right now. Apparently, just like really feels dark in here. Okay, the elder. Card number 30, pages number 116 through 118. The elder speaks. People expect all those who are your guides and teachers to come in forms that are soft and sweet. I am neither. And I am stern and serious because you are in danger of forgetting that which has been taught you due to distraction. I ask of you now whether you have the commitment to carry through with the tasks you have decided you wish to complete. Because the words yes and I will are simple. But to teach is to impart priceless wisdom, and for others to ignore the lesson simply means the entire planet is being held back. Forgive me, for I become impatient at the pains you have put yourself through, and I see that again there is the possibility of going over old ground. You must understand you have already learned so much. That we wish for you to do now is to have courage to live from the wisdom you have gained, rather than the fear which ensures you overlook all that which you have learned. I have been with you before, and you and I have already learned a great deal together. And let me say this, if you choose to behave as though nothing of the wisdom of her sorry, I'm going to read that over. And let me say this, if you choose to behave as though nothing of the wisdom of her has been given to you, and you behave as though you are deaf and blind and have no senses, you will again feel pain that is simply not necessary, with an exclamation point. So now choose to follow guidance and learn the lesson you have already worked with. And when you have learned it for the last time, teach it to yourself by demonstrating the qualities you wish to see in the world. By applying action and discipline to your dreams, I will also be relieved because I will no longer have to bring the lessons to your attention again and again, time after time. And my patience will no longer be tested. Together, we can teach the new ones. They need you to live from your wisdom more than you think. Know, too, that no matter how much you feel you have already learned and how wise you may believe you already are, that you still have a great deal more to learn. In this new school you will be entering, you will be an apprentice once again, surrounded by others who are just as eager, wide-eyed, and sure of themselves too at times. Who's all here? Hi. Okay, there's more. Okay, I'm to read all of it, and there isn't a whole ton. So about the elder, she is wise and ancient and seems very stern, and she is, because she has a serious task. But what one does not often see is the laughter in her eyes, the warmth of her voice, and the strength of her endurance, for she has taught thousands and will teach many more. Her home is the natural world, and her lessons are the themes of your life. Ignoring the wisdom she has given is like polluting the fresh water of a spring or poisoning your own food. Do not compromise your life. Trust the stern and wise teachers of your life, for they know how precious you are. Know that their harsh words at times contain so much truth. So look beyond what seems to be unfair and seek the wisdom in what you have been taught. Think of the master of martial arts and the rigors of the young apprentice must go through in order to learn. This master is your current most gifted guide. Divinatory meaning: studying seriously, working towards a goal, feeling like abandoning a task before it is complete, being disrespectful, feeling threatened by another Feeling threatened by another approach to learning, wanting to leave school before it is time, having authority issues. I'm hearing also avoidance, and kind of knowing I'm not doing something I should be doing and I'm avoiding it, and I'm not really sure exactly why I'm avoiding it, but I'm avoiding it. Is also a thing that I'm hearing, that if you stop avoiding that thing, things will be easier. I'm hearing for some it's just really doing these meditations, or doing meditation on your own, or being guided. I'm hearing for some people could be being guided to, everybody's been guided to really tap in and journal and do these types of things, and I'm hearing for some people it's just either not happening or not seeing it through, or maybe stuff like that. Working with the elder: take your studies very seriously and pay attention to the messages. Take any "why are they picking on me" moments to mean that in fact you are not clearly acting on your truth path, and maybe be practical about all steps. So if you wish to write, do so. Listen to your muse and be creative. Do not simply seek to obtain what is needed externally. Create it from within and send it out into the world through your efforts and discipline. Be proactive and do not rely on the powers that be. Rely on yourself. Heed teachings and have integrity. Treat elders with respect and do not forsake old energies and wisdoms, for this season's the latest trend. Within your family, an elder has something to say to you. Listen to them, even if they seem a little fearsome. So there may be somebody in somebody's life. There may be a person in somebody's life who seems more authoritative and elder and stern and stuff, but don't avoid that person. Or it could be the quiet elder. Those are the good ones, you know, the ones that don't say much, and then you kind of crack them open. I love old people. When I worked at Staples, my manager called me the senior citizen whisperer. He's like an elderly person walks in and you're like flies to shit. I'm like, I love him. He's like, just like babies. I'm like, yes, give me extremes. Give me the really old people and the really young people. Those are my people. Those are the people that I want to spend as much time with as possible. All you people in the middle can just take care of yourself. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Amazing beyond new levels. So good to see you here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the ones you have to crack open are really good. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to eventually buy clothes that fit. Everything is so big on me. It's still so weird to be so small. This is still my drawing from last night when we were listening to the Astral. This is a bridge. So this is going to be like all the trees and stuff on the side of the bridge. And it's not easy to draw a bridge. It's a weird perspective. Anyway, this is my bridge that I got guided to do while listening to the other Astral before we did. Well, we didn't do an Astral yesterday, but that's what we did. And then this was still the drawing from the time before, my heaven. So this still needs work. It's a really weird perspective, but I'm up in a very big tree looking down. That's what that is. That's a big old tent. Big tent. Like circus type tent. But there's no more circuses, circi. Is that like cacti? Circuses don't exist anymore. So we have this tent and that's where we do stuff. But this is me up in a tree. And then a bridge. Because yesterday when I was listening to Jesus, I kept feeling and getting images of bridges. Yeah, no more. Yes, no more circi. Can't you? I love making up words. It is so much fun for me. So I have, this is just me personally. I am sharing what I have to work on. Plus, when we listen to this Astral, we're listening to the Astral from, let me tell you when, family. ¿Dónde está? Where are you? Seriously. Is this it? Oh, poop. I had it on pause. Oh, good. Yeah, this is it. This is from the 20th or the 21st. This is the one where Michael speaks a lot. And this is the one that they want me to play today. So I was like, yeah, like I was saying earlier. Okay, well, which one? I mean, did I do Spanish again? Oh, I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice. Okay. So take notes. Again, have your columns of what oh, ¿dónde estás? Te quiero mucho. Muchos, por favor. I'm just gonna string a whole bunch of nonsense together. Oh, we figured out that my friend's new adopted dog speaks Spanish. Doesn't speak English, so we're gonna work on that. Perrito, no entiendes inglés. Ellos están hablando en inglés y esos no entienden, pero sientes así, miras a las personas, está hablando en inglés y eso no entiende. It's really funny. They're like, we think she's deaf, and I'm like, and she's like, and I'm talking, I start talking to her in Spanish, and her tail's wagging. I'm like, yeah, I think she's a Spanish-speaking dog. When I worked in the vet hospital, we had a dog come in that was rescued, and you could tell she was really smart, and we would say all the buzzwords, sit, stay, treat, outside, pee, poo, you know, and she was just like, nope. She was Korean. So, yeah. They don't just make them know in English. I'm going to get my pencils, and then we're going to start drawing, taking notes on this astral, you guys. And then please, if there is anything specific that comes up that you want to discuss, or you could say, I want to talk about this later, plug it in. Or I have a question about this, plug it in. I mean, this is also supposed to be discussion and kind of go with the flow business. All right, everybody ready? I'm pretty sure we haven't listened to this one again. If we had, oh well, because we're being guided to listen to it today. Whatever, just because you're super tingly, you can do that. A lot of people think that you have to be super still in meditation. I guess for some meditations, people tell you to do that, but not mine. What we do is come back into chat and kind of check in and talk about it a little bit. Unless you're completely not into that, then please come back the next day or later on and leave comments about what you remember. Then tomorrow we're going to listen back to it. If you can't join us in the listen back to it portion, then try to just do it on your own. It is just really important, you know. And like she said, either people are going to do it or people are not going to do it. People are going to get the messages consciously or they're not. But I mean, so, okay. All right. So, nice and comfy. Get grounded in your seat. Start taking nice deep breaths. Nice. All the way up, all the way down. Straight. What we've been doing lately is doing some stretching, releasing any tight energies that are trying to release. My body has been really sore lately. Not like it was when I was fibromyalgia sick, but reminiscent a little bit. And I was like, wow, that takes me back. I've been so uber healthy that it's weird when my body feels weird, not right. So if you've been feeling like that at all, again, it's just energies that are coming up for releasement. So before we go into astral, what I like to do is just really move your shoulders around, move your arms around. Keep your eyes closed as you're taking deep breaths, and just, whatever comes naturally in your upper body. If you need to get out of that seated position, bend around or whatever, do that. But we want to really, honestly, get loose, rub your arms, even do this. This dissipates energy, you guys. Think about it. Got energy on you, and you're feeling a little clogged and heavy and achy. You'll see how it really does matter. Okay. So much better. So. Pull your shoulders back once you get back into your seat. Settle in. Now that you've moved your body around, let go of some energy. Nice, easy breathing, you guys. I'm going to say a few words. Thank you so much, family, for being here. Those of you incarnate across the globe. I know that those of you here are in different places here in the United States. Me, California, Leslie in New Mexico, Karen in North Carolina. I know for a fact that Chris is here from the UK and Willow is here from Canada. And there will be others in the future who will be doing it. And we thank you so much for your presence and from wherever you are anchoring. And of course, now we're going to welcome in our divine counterparts, our beautiful spirit tribes, one in all and all in one, for those of us here and those of us coming. Whether you are here with us in spirit, in astral, without consciously knowing of us yet, or you have arrived. We thank you so much, our spirit tribes, our brothers and sisters of light, our angelics, our galactics, the fae, the dragon, the elemental. Thank you so much for being here, for guiding us all here, for guiding, for holding us every single moment. Thank you for calling us here. And now, if I please may ask you to go to each and every one of us here present now and in the future. Please be with them in their spaces. Family, please feel the angelics coming in nice and tight in your home, in your room, right around you. Feel their energy. Coon you all around you. Just their beautiful, loving energy. Breathe it in. Hear them say to you, we love you so very much. We hope, dear ones, that you begin to feel us more and more. We are your angelics, your guardian angels, ones with you all the time. Please feel us more and more. The tickles on your nose or on your ears. The bits of the inspiration, the numbers, the synchronicities. All the different ways that we are with you and communicate. Please decide to hear us more. We never tire of helping you or talking to you, guiding you. Talk to us. Thank you, brothers and sisters. So those were your personal guardian angels. Really asking you to feel into their specific energy. They are looking forward to working with you more and more. So feel them in your space and coming around. sending out beautiful violet light all the way to your home, all the way around you. Just imagine them as though they're dancing and sprinkling this energy they're showing me as you sit there so zen, happy, feeling them around you. We're also dropping your favorite scents. May you get whiffs of these flowers, sweetness or spicy, here and there, to remind you that we're here with you. So family, as they do their work and dance around and sprinkle this beautiful light, violet flame energy all throughout your home. And just imagine as they're dropping things on tables and chairs and knickknacks, all sorts of stuff, that everything that's coming in contact with them and their beautiful sprinkles of violet love light energy, that violet flame energy is falling over everything, including you, is getting that beautiful glow. Feel it in your body, feel it in your space. Take a deep breath. Nice and easy breathing. Start feeling into your root chakra. Feel it just start to glow and turn on like a dimmer switch, like a light with a dimmer switch. Just turn it on. Just watch it get nice and beautiful. Like a light in the fog I'm being shown. Like a stoplight in the fog, you know, when it just shines through the moisture, the fog. That's how I am being shown right now. It's real soft energy is mostly what I'm being told. It's the feeling that you want to feel. So nothing super electric at this point.
Okay, so ironically, this is also the one that I messed up on yesterday and played when I wasn't supposed to. So, because I'm like, are you kidding me with this? So I'm going to fast forward because after this, I believe that Gaia comes in.
Just nice. Do an extra difficult mission on top of it.
Yeah. This is exactly what we listened to last night, but we stopped it before we got to Michael.
Because of these truths in how things work,
we
can tap in to yourself, to me, to other places.
Anyway, we got directly.
Think of all the places.
Sorry.
You have been.
Then we went into last night. So I'm going to try to find Michael.
From high above.
So we heard Gaia. We heard a lot of Gaia last night, and I'm hearing it's really Michael that we need to listen to here.
See, and warm. In a seat called Gaia's Craft. Beautiful violet energy all through me, so dense. From here, and because of the way I can show you this, you can see it. from below, from your waist upon me, you are also beginning to perceive, seeing these things in different places all around, sharing. Be fully conscious on the road. It is unfolding as it should. Messages here today for you to get in this time, in this moment.
And then, of course, my computer's acting out.
Even if this moment is not when I was speaking, it is your time moment. Feel it in your heart. It feels tight. If you're emotional, you feel tears, possibly words. Please call upon me.
Okay, that is my call.
Building on the pillars of creation, as I have said, through time, into there's still much to clean up within yourself. That will help each other. This is how we get there together, dear one. Again, remember, it already is. Open your hearts, feel, anchor in there. As we have said, thank you, dear beautiful. Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Archangel Michael.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
It is good to talk to you in group. It has been a few days. I want to remind you that during these times, there could be confusions, distractions. Fears, possibly. Worries. Please call upon me. Now I am already here with you. As you know, there's a lot of activity, as you know, and we're here for you, all of us. When Gaia speaks of the war and things happening, she is very specific. Although there are more things happening to create distraction and fear within you and dissonance within each other, there are a lot of things in play. Many ways that energy is used to keep you in and from certain things, as you know. When Gaia speaks of this, she is very specifically speaking weather and manipulations in that regard, and what is perceived as natural or Mother Nature type phenomena. As you know, brothers and sisters, she is very much not happy with how things have been done in manipulations of the elements and chemicals and all sorts of things like this. Creating situations that are very destructive, creating fear, hurt, pain, creating horrible situations for our family, our brothers and sisters. It really is getting to a point that Gaia is very upset about this. But at the same time, she's very happy. We're all very happy. And we know that despite certain circumstances, that those of you who are here on any level are feeling this as well, because the light is so far ahead of the dark, they cannot catch us. Yet they try. That's okay. We can please now it's been this way. You have been through this. It's okay. Remember, wavering faith is what I have said. Think of what desire, heaven on earth. What is that? Anchor there, the same message. We're all saying it. You said it. I am saying it again. Unwavering faith. There is no reason not to have that. As I sit here on Gaia's craft, look around you.
Look at how big this circle is. Have you noticed? Look at how big the circle is. Look at it everywhere. It's so big. As we know, you are all front and center. Look, so many of you. On and coming on here with us, with GAIA, hearing us, feeling us. Feel me. My hand on your back, giving you my energy. Take it and add it to the rainbow, the violet. Feel it infuse my cobalt, royal electric blue, all through you, down into GAIA's craft, up through GAIA, charging Metatron's hue, feeling it radiate out. Please, family, brothers and sisters, know the more you see this, breathe this, feel this with you. Remember, anchor. We're so very proud of you. Commitment you've made to be here. Listening again. Being here with us. Stepping into yourself. Destiny, mission, uniting. The most beautiful thing of all is living a blissful life is the best weapon in this war. Creating, loving, living, being one with each other in GAIA, not being manipulated, taken from them, fighting against yourself. I am here to remind you of these anytime you need, and so are the rest of us. Remember, if you need my strength, if you are fear or in doubt, we understand. But know you will live that beautiful, blissful life. Choose it to be so, and it will be. Come here, listen, and remember. Change the energy within you. Remember who and what you truly are for each one of you. Fractals, pieces of the puzzle, part of the mission together, with us, here and there. Feel it. Remember, the more you remember, the more impossible it is to break you from it, to distract you from it. Unwavering faith that you focus in on it, and no matter what, don't get distracted from it. Make the necessary changes. Raise one vibration. Hear us and see us and be more clear. We know it is not easy. You must be so deliberate. It is a commitment when you've already made. Remember, blissful, joy life, abundant, yours, especially ever-changing and evolving, raising and rising so high, live a very long time, never feeling a rush. I want to again remind you, family, our brother, Raphael, will be with you, and it is and has been when you sleep, healing you, holding your heart, creating a space that you may spend time in astral where you are taken, and again, especially there in your crystal. That you can receive further, opening up, making brighter your third eye chakra. Feel it. Remember to breathe into the energy of Raphael and feel that energy now. Creating space in your body, in your heart chakra, going up and down. All of these things connected in and through, up into your crown chakra and around again. And in your sleep, when Raphael is with you, you can hear and be and sit with Jesus, our brother. Remember, this is one of his very favorite places with you. Feel that energy while everybody sleeps. You are in comfort and safety of your crystal. with Jesus and Raphael is clearing and healing as much as you can allow for this. Those who will feel the need for more and to be healed and to heal quickly. There are ways to do this. It is, of course, out of sight too. You will hear us and be with us, and with Him, you will be in alignment with your highest aspects. You will be in that blissful life. Remember, there are many ways to the same place, destination. And also remember, your hardest parts have already happened. Step into the elevator, push the button, and feeling yourself rise. You're already there. I love you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for being my Archangel. All right, hey family, this is Infiniti. We heard a lot from Michael there, and now I am to get your attention back into where you're sitting on the craft on Gaia, or above Gaia on her craft. We went quickly to the crystal and we're really hearing and feeling Michael. But again, Gaia is showing me to look out as the walls are see-through in this craft, and you can see just right out onto Gaia. And it's almost like she's an amethyst. Like there's this amethyst cocoon that's layering above her, but then also through her and growing up through her and down through her, using her. It's so beautiful. And in between all these facets is a rainbow, just like an amethyst. You know, when you look at an amethyst and they're just like speckles of that rainbow. That's what it looks like. And I'm being shown those clouds that we've been seeing. I've been seeing them for a few months now that I know are archangels when they're in the sky, just totally luminescent like that. I have a video. Remember? It looks like when you're looking inside of an amethyst. And that is what Gaia looks like and what she wants us to see. And really feel into that, and that energy coming through her body into your body. As you sit on the craft, as you look at Gaia, and also just in your body, feeling into that inner space. She says that because of this energy cycling through, and those of you that have been healed recently know that as you heal, those energies cycle through, and with Gaia, and they really bring out shockwave through, especially the violet and the indigo and the rainbow. And also every time that we bring down the infinite love light energy in through, that supercharges all of it as well. And so she's shown us that. And she says, of course, there's no accident when it comes to how she worked for this here with her body, and she shows us different facets and places, and she drops us here. And then how she has to come work with me. Well, how she came to work with me first with my clients, and then how it's turned into this. It is all connected. All connected. As we've known, not new. But at the same time, perceiving it like this with energy and this for sure crystalline, like we talk about, we hear this crystalline, right? How it's the crystalline grid of Gaia, how we're becoming crystalline, this whole crystalline thing. The way she's showing it to me now, and I hope I'm sending these images to you guys so you can see this in a way that makes sense with the rainbow and the energy, and also perceiving the dragons working with us and how these crystals and the crystal of Gaia being, what she's showing me to acknowledge is her being crystal, just like her crystal. You know, she's one big crystal, and now we are infusing energy layer by layer by layer, being able to, it's knocking down these dense barriers and within our bodies, and boom, 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 out, you know, and then within hers, we're on her, it's all one. It's beautiful. Please feel that within your body and just know. And again, the message is, how could you not get to where you are to go and to be ultimately with all of it that we've been working through for so long, adding to this. Take a deep breath, everybody. Okay, so I'm hearing actually Jesus chime in saying that is it for tonight. We are going to be scheduling an extra long session, also one with Jesus specifically again. So we're going to be working with that, and we're just getting a little overloaded energetically with information work, so we want to slow it down so nobody gets too overwhelmed. It's all cool. Nice deep breaths. Just remember, this is where we've already been in our dream state, in our astral. We've been here before. It can be a little jarring, but just like settling in. Okay. Nice deep breaths, guys, and just start Pulling back the energy from the center of the craft and into your seat and into your body. Guys, sending one last message. Thank you so much, family. Beautiful babies being here. You wouldn't be here at this time in any place and time if you were not prepared and ready to remember growth, extension, evolution, change. It comes with a little bit of vulnerability, a little bit of not knowing, a little bit of letting go and holding on.
I'm going to rewind that little bit, that little part right there, because it really cuts out. I know it's been kind of cutting in and out, but I think for the most part you can figure out what's being said. It hasn't been that bad, and I've been guided not to stop it until just now. In the original video, she comes in, I say something about like Gaia has one last message, and that is exactly at 2:55 into the feed. I just happened to look up right then. I was going to stop it. They're like, nope, wait a second. Because it's just kind of crazy to me how many times we're going over the same thing and how many times it's just like weird that it's happening the way that it's happening. And they're like, yeah, it's because it's what's being all said and, you know, whatever. So I'm going to replay this right here. So hold on. Hopefully there won't be a lot of interference.
Being, what she's showing me to acknowledge is her being crystal, just like her crystal. You know, she's one big crystal, and now we are infusing energy layer by layer by layer, being able to, it's knocking down these dense barriers and within our bodies and boom, 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 out, you know, and then within hers, we're on her, it's all one. It's beautiful. Please feel that within your body and just know. And again, the message is, how could you not get to where you are to go and to be ultimately with all of it that we've been working through for so long, adding to this. Take a deep breath, everybody. Okay, so I'm hearing actually Jesus chime in saying that is enough for tonight. We are going to be scheduling an extra long session, also one with Jesus specifically again. So we're going to be working with that, and we're just kind of getting a little overloaded energetically with information we're feeling. So we want to slow it down so nobody gets too powerful. Nice deep breaths. Just remember, this is where we've already been in our dream state, in our astral. We've been here before. It can be a little jarring, but it's just like settling in. Okay. Nice deep breaths, guys, and just start pulling back the energy from the center of the craft and into your seat and into your body. Guys, sending one last message. Thank you so much, family. Beautiful babies, for being here. You wouldn't be here at this time in any place and time if you were prepared and ready to remember growth, expansion, evolution, change. It comes with a little bit of vulnerability, not knowing, a little bit of letting go and holding on. Faith. You already know. And so just perceive that inner space and your energy coming in. Your cocoon's still really bright and faceted and energetic, that violet light with the rainbow. Feel it charged with Michael's energy. Take a deep breath. Feeling the messages, there were a lot. I apologize if it was a little gibberish down. There's a lot coming through. I'm so happy knowing, and please know, we are going to go through it. Start feeling more into your space, into your home, wherever you are, where you started.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it. Hi, Anthony. So we just finished listening to the astral from, and this light just feels extremely bright to me. Oh, my eyes are just like really sensitive right now. Anybody still here, still awake? It is Friday night. It is nearly 8 o'clock. It's 7:56. It's just turned over to 1 hour, 37 minutes, 3 seconds. This is really interesting listening to this again because I'm like, oh, we didn't hear the whole thing before. And then I'm listening, the more I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. And they're like, see? And I'm like, yeah. So it's interesting how much does get kind of in the moment you hear it, but it does dissipate. What can I say? I mean, there's something about it that when we're in, even just listening to it, we've been through this time and time again, even when we're not totally, hey, hi, Leslie. Even when we're not totally in astral and we're just like in this space, we'll be like, how long has it been? Like it'll say an hour and it'll feel like not anywhere near that. And it's not just me, everybody says that. And then we'll do astral and then it'll feel like, holy shit, it feels like a half hour tops and it'll be twice that. And I totally fully understand what's going on, and it still like always blows me away. There are so many different components that come into play when it comes to not fully totally sinking in. Hey there. Hi, Tisha. Have you done the astrals before? We've been directed to listen to them again, and it's just really funny because today we're actually listening to this one. I think we listened to most of this one yesterday, then we listened to it before, like on its regular listen back day, I'm pretty sure. And then we had the day that we actually did this astral. Michael talks a lot. GAIA does talk, and then she talks again. I dropped some pretty good juicy nuggets that I completely forgot, and I took some notes. And you know, it's really interesting is this time I didn't draw. I was guided to really pay attention this time, not to do, because other times I have been like posting on Instagram and drawing and then like, but listening. Today they're like, okay, now just listen and take notes. And I was like, okie dokie. So that's what I did today. I'm a busy little bee. Doing a lot of different things here. Yeah, so I really didn't, I think I drew for the first just like couple minutes and that was it. You don't think you have, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. It's a combination of live guided meditation, or you could do them after the fact if you can't be there or here for them live. So it's a combination of live guided meditation and astral projection, where I take you to a higher dimension, somewhere that Gaia takes and decides us to be. And it's been a lot of different things in the past, and within, and even before we get there, she'll come in, and Jesus, I channel for Gaia, Jesus, the archangels, the dragons, the fae, the galactics, other different types of descended masters, pretty much anybody of the light that's divine, that like gets a pass, and is, you know, here to help us. I will speak for. And I'm a healer, a natural healer, and a medium, and I don't know, I lose track, whatever. Those are the most important things, I guess. Oh, wow, you haven't meditated yet? Well, you're not here accidentally, my dear. Nothing is an accident, as we all know. So anyway, welcome, my love. My name is Infiniti, and this is the Family Circle. We just got done listening again, like I was talking about, to the one that I did from the 21st. I was guided by Gaia. Well, she's the one who like brought this whole thing together, I guess you could say, who I first listened to. So I channel her, I would say, definitely the most in these, and then Jesus and the archangels, Gabriel. So they all kind of come and go at different times, have their different messages. People say that they will feel the energies of the different ones coming and going. I certainly do. That's for sure. And so I myself will forget. They will forget. We're in astral. It is quantum jumping. So time is very different there and here. So we were guided to listen to them again before we do other ones, so we can really get the messages, because it's difficult to remember things as we're doing all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's like some real, you can watch them, read the comments, see what you see, feel what you feel, and see how it is for you. But they're pretty amazing. So I want to go over this, you guys, and my notes are personal guardian angels wanting to work with you more. It helps a lot. I tried it a few times. There was one time I fell asleep. Well, people fall asleep. What's interesting is in my astrals, people will fall asleep at very interesting times. They'll just like, boop, be gone. They'll be. It's kind of like going straight to a dream state, and then they'll actually wake up right as I'm bringing people out. It's really interesting. So that that sometimes happens. That was happening kind of, I think, more when it was okay to lay down. We're not doing that anymore unless you have to. Sometimes people just, they have to, they get super sleepy and they have to lay down, they fall asleep, and that's fine. Like, there is no wrong in this. You can move around. You can, I would say, watch, if you're new here, watch one of the older ones and start it from the beginning. Of the chats, you can just start from the beginning. I know some of them are long, but I mean, a lot of them are, they just kind of are. But the astrals, if you don't have that kind of time, I totally understand. Just do the astrals and see how they feel for you. And then definitely try to do one live. But today we are going over this other one again. So personal guardian angels wanting to work with you and dropping sense, reminding you that they're here and sprinkling violet light everywhere. Anybody who's done the astrals, anybody have these experiences, any more types of any more types of synchronicities having to do with angels or angel representations or angel, well, they're saying that might be hard when it comes to this time of the year. It's just going to be more because we're getting closer to Christmas. So don't, like, think of stuff that's not so obvious. You know, not like, oh, I just saw some angel wrapping. Like, well, that's obvious. Like, it can be that obvious, but is there something even less obvious than that? Have you noticed any more violet stuff? Any more violet? They're saying flowers. They're pointing to my flower in the window. If you guys saw that video, it's this beautiful violet purpley flower. I don't even know what that plant is. I rescued it from where I used to live because it was gonna die, and I was like, I cannot have this, so I took it and I rescued it. As you know, I will rescue tree branches and they will live, so that's what I do. Anybody want to chime in? Yes, no, maybe so with any of this about the angels? Violet light everywhere, dropping scents, you smelling stuff that you can't really figure out how or why you're smelling that. Any other representations of angels that you associate with angels? As I just keep looking around my place and being like, doink, doink, doink. Not that I have a whole crap ton of angel stuff. I really don't. So any music, it could be music, it could be art, it could be the numbers, it could be, of course, feathers. What else? Anything, really. Anything you would just, even you like an animal, doesn't really matter. You smell coffee at weird times. Do you associate coffee with anybody in particular? Do you really like that scent, or does it just? It's funny. You find dimes of feather floated into your car window. Oh, that's awesome. You see blue jays a lot. That's so cool. I love that. That's awesome. I've been getting more of the lights flickering in my periphery because I haven't really had that. I do all these other things and I have all these other abilities, and I have seen just energy because I work with energy. I'm a psychic physical empath and I'm an energy healer and I do distance work and all this stuff. Ooh, is it 808? And that gonna work? Yeah, I caught it. But there's some stuff that, you know, I don't do everything, but I'd like to. But, if I just kind of stopped doing a lot of stuff and just focused on, say, telekinesis, let's say, I think I could probably get that done pretty efficiently within a few weeks, but I have a lot of shit to do. And it's not that important, or you know, really understanding I have levitated, so really understand and really focusing on that, levitating or trying to levitate and getting to that state. And so you have to be at a really high vibe, happy, blissful state to levitate. There I go, rhyming again. And I haven't really sat around trying to do it, to be honest with you. I'm just too incredibly busy trying to do all this other stuff. So, but at the same time, there are certain things that we really should spend our time on and focus in on, and the other stuff comes as it's supposed to, or not, you know. Oh, there you go. That's so sweet. So she says, at 8:09, she says, my deceased ex always made me coffee. So there's the connection. Plus, my grandparents love tea and the lights flicker at weird times. That's great. I love that. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna move on. At 7:22 p.m., Michael comes in, and I think it's 2:29 into the actual feed, the original feed. Archangel Michael comes in. At some point soon after that, he talks about Gaia being upset. At the geoengineering and weather and that sort of thing. Sorry for the crappy picture, but to have a good picture right now, I need the light to be bright, and my eyes cannot take it. This is even like, oh, I wish I could turn it off, but then I'd really be in the dark. So the purpose of him, okay, so I'm hearing the purpose of him talking about Gaia there, and to really, you guys, go back and listen to this again. And not only that, we're supposed to tonight, what we're supposed to do, instead of a new astral again, what we're supposed to do is rewind it, not live. We're gonna say goodnight, so I'm not gonna have this like really long video, but what we're supposed to do is to actually meditate or go to sleep to that is at the point of when Michael comes in, and that's right around 2:28 or 2:29 into the original feed. And from that point forward, listen, or you can just start at the very beginning and just take yourself down into meditation, whichever one you want to do. But to listen to that, to the whole rest of the feed until you fall asleep or whatever. He talks again about Raphael. But okay, let me go in order. At 7:27, like Pacific time, when I was listening to it and I was looking at the time, they were showing me the time. I'm like, seriously? Because the 7-2s and the 7-2-7s are definitely are meaningful. But anyway, he says the light is so far ahead. The light is, I put the light is so far ahead of the light. The light is so far ahead of the dark, they cannot catch us. At 1:11:55 into our feed, he says, or I hear a channeled message. Oh, it's 1:55. Oh, that is interesting. 1:55:11. As I'm saying this, at 1:11:55. Woo! The word activated, you guys. I heard. You guys like to play with numbers. And activated. Look at, I'll just show you the numbers here. And it was just one, it was that 1:55, 11 or 55, whatever. I already forget because it's just too much in my brain right now. Activated, I'm hearing. And they showed me again the full moon. They showed me again this whole cycle beginning of really getting over some, like shedding energies, letting go of some stuff, getting into alignment with really where you need to be for especially the new year. But like, again, I've said, this is a full moon, and then next month, and that's it. There's not that many, there's not that many more for this year. And then so these are extremely intense months. We ramp up every single year into a new, we kind of into a whole new thing. And these years coming up are exceptionally more so, and exponentially more as well, energetically charged. Also, given the positions of the full moons, thanks to Pam Gregory. The last time I talked about this, I totally failed to mention her name. I kind of said it psychically. Sometimes I kind of just talk in my head and I feel like I'm talking out loud, and I realize later I'm not. It's weird. But anyway, she's awesome. And if you guys don't know her, check out her channel. She's an astrologer, and I love watching her because I kept getting all this full moon energy and cards like moons, and talking about it, getting information. And then I was guided to that specific video of hers. And she says that there's the next 5 full moons are at 0 point, and then the 6th full moon in April is at 29 degrees or 0 degrees, and then 29 degrees, and those are considered critical points, because zeros are all the beginnings of that sign and that aspect at 0 beginning the whole thing, and then 29 is having the completion effect, and that's in April. And so there's this whole thing going on, this whole push. And so when I heard her explain this, I was like, oh my gosh. And so like my own personal guides that help me navigate the information and the messages that I get to give to you guys, aside from what comes in a channeled way, happens like this for me. So it really put it all together for me, and the information I've been getting and what I've been sharing with you guys live and doing the cards and all this. There's a lot of that you guys can go back and look at, that explains all of that in great detail. But I'm just kind of going over that in kind of a short way for you to just give you a little recap and what that all means. So, activated. Yes. I'm like, where am I? Activated. Yes. Activated. Activated. We have another portal day. We already knew this. We knew that this was a another portal day, another gate. This is the full moon. We just got done landing from the 11:11 gate into the 11:12, 11:22 landing date, which was yesterday. Today, just a couple hours later, we're in the full moon with the 0 point in the sign of Gemini, which is the twins. Another activation day for specifically those unions whom are twin flames. More specifically than okay, so okay, I'm getting, oh my god, this is making my head hurt right now. Seriously. Oh, at 222 into the face. Awesome. It was, oh, frick. So what I'm getting right now, you guys, is when it comes to this very specific activated or activation day today with this 11:23 full moon. Good Lord. Seriously, just like fireworks went off in my head. Could you get a card? I have to get through this and then we'll see where we are. So activated. So for people who are twins, and then I hear familiar bonds that are necessary for next level activation, and like okay, let me put it this way. So if there are familiar relationships that are not like really close at this time or have been, that there's going to be things in play to, if they're meant to work together in their journey, if especially if they're spiritual, if they're both on this path, the spiritual path, that they're actually meant to work together, then that is also going to happen with this activation. The soulmate unions and those romantic ones are also being activated, but and these things can kind of crisscross just a tad, not all back and forth, but just because you can be in a soulmate relationship with anybody in family union, you know. So yeah. But that also means romantic soulmate stuff too, aside from anybody who may be of twinship. Again, there's a lot less of those unions than people thought or think that there are. At 7:31 p.m., Archangel Michael says anchor. So pay special attention to when he talks about anchoring and what you already know and what you've already committed to, it's more like remembering. He talks about that. Again, he talks about the blissful life thing can change the energy within you, and to remember unwavering faith to raise your vibration. And oh, that's right. I'm like, this is sounding, what am I supposed to do? So when they had the archangels and the angels came to me about 6 years ago in a meditation and took me elsewhere, dimensionally speaking, and kind of had me listening to them, getting their information. There was and this didn't come to me until listening to it tonight because he actually like he's like, does this sound familiar to you? I was like, yeah, it really does. He's like, but I said, but this is like the third time we're playing this. Somehow it's worked out that way. And he's like, yeah, somehow. Does it sound familiar to you? And I'm like, and then I'm shown this vision of me getting this download about healing myself from really debilitating fibromyalgia about 6 years ago, and my whole life, just being energetically sensitive and a psychic physical empath and feeling other people and not knowing it, and absorbing all that and being a natural energy healer and healing other people and not realizing that. Just having no idea about myself basically until I was downloaded this. And when he starts talking about remembering who you are and how energy is and all this stuff, there's a bit of that he kind of says to me, and I get in my download like 6 years ago when I was taken to this other dimension. So he wanted me to point that out. He talks at 12 or 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 12 seconds into the feed. He talks about ways to heal. And then the whole amethyst thing. What time? What time what? What do you mean? That's okay. You're painting, you're creating. That's awesome. I figured you were hanging clothes or painting, or you said you were here, but you figured whatever. So okay. The amethyst at 1:22, I start talking about the craft and being on the craft, and at 1:23:50 I start talking about Gaia and being amethyst. And what is she doing? My boy cat still isn't in here. Now that I see baby being a weirdo. Any thoughts on that whole thing? 2 hours, 7 minutes, 38 seconds into this feed. What time does he talk about it? Like an hour and 20 minutes into the feed. There's just a lot of synchronicities with the numbers crisscrossing from the original feed. A what? Oh, ways to heal. How there's ways to heal. Raising your vibration, having unwavering faith, remembering, changing your... That whole part was about raising your vibration, remember who you truly are, having the commitment to do all this and ascend and being on your mission because that's why you're really here, that sort of thing. Did I say a baby? No, I didn't say anything about a baby. Nope, I did not. Have you been seeing the color of like light rose or baby rose or rose quartz? That sort of thing. Or somebody. What exactly are you seeing? That's funny. And what does that make you think about? I'm being told to ask you. They're saying that you're like, is this chick for real? And they're like, I hope you understand that she's for real. And maybe that helps you a little bit more so you can kind of like. And if anybody's around that may help her out, because she's kind of like, I think that's just what I got right now. It's really funny. But when I turn my attention to the brightness, it goes away. When I turn my attention to the brightness, it goes away when I try to look at it directly and shine my eggs or my grandmother. So it can make you think of either one of them. So yeah. That happens to me too, because I'll be like, because it's like right, and I have a really high stigmatism, and that's purposeful. Like my whole like existence and every little nook and cranny and tiny little detail is ridiculously like well constructed to a point where I'm just like, seriously. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. But I have a really strong stigmatism, and so I have a really one cool thing about that is that my peripheral vision is pretty wide. If I'm looking straight ahead, I can see stuff like kind of out here, and so I don't really rely on that a whole lot, but it's possible for me to things get my attention way out far, further out than most people, because literally my eyeballs are a lot more out than of my head than most people. And the curvature is more pointy than round. So that distorts my vision, also purposeful. So but now and recently I'm starting to feel it's kind of like these flashes, and they're like right around here. They're not way out here where it's like easy to get that confused with who knows what. And it's not even when I'm in this type of environment with all these little twinkle lights that I always have going on. This is not just a Christmas thing, by the way. This is me 24/7, 7 days a week, 65 days a year. This is my environment. It's extremely lit up, and this whole section that you're behind, and you can see that from the very beginning of this feed. I pretty much show this whole other side, so I'm not going to do it right now. But it's like when I'm in the bathroom and it's totally dark, because if I don't have any reason to turn on the lights, I'm not going to. And I don't have my glasses on, and they're not going to reflect anything. And I'm in the bathroom and it's dark, and all of a sudden it's like twinkle, twinkle, and I'm like, what? And they're like, ha ha, and I'm like, what? And I can see some shit, you know. And I've seen apparitions. I see dragons in the sky and angelics, and I point stuff out to people. But this whole kind of thing, I also don't see auras. I just feel energy. I can do a lot of stuff. I'm a distance healer, so there's a lot of stuff I can do. So that's like when this stuff happens, I'm like, oh, I want to like fully see so badly. The thing is swinging. Oh yeah. Did I touch it? This is my necklace. When did it start swinging? You want to see something really cool is I don't have to like really do much for them to like really go off. Oops, I didn't mean to like throw that. But watch, this one's like super energetic. I don't know, maybe I touched it, but this is a necklace of mine. This is my my owl. But all I have to do is like barely touch them and they'll go like go and go. I also work, those are my pendulums and necklace and all that kind of stuff. And they'll just keep going and going and going. That's hilarious. Yeah, all sorts of stuff will happen. That's hilarious. I think it's something behind you. I don't know. I got scared. Oh no, don't get scared. Something to be scared about. It's also, I'm in a trailer, so I could have bounced. Like, it doesn't take a lot to like create movement here. But if I do touch them, they will. Sometimes I'm just like, holy moly, stop already. I didn't even need to do anything. And they're just like swinging just because I'm so like energetically high vibe. But they'll just like, that's fun. So you guys, I don't know who is all here, who did this particular astral, who listened to it. Yeah, you know, like I was showing, oh, this one. I have this necklace here. Actually, this one is also on hemp cord, and they'll swing just like a regular pendulum will. And that's because it's my crystal, you know, my crystal on it, me holding it. It's from my body, supercharged, and it'll just go. So these things are like super sensitive to my energy. Plus, I have like a billion crystals down here. Are you into crystals? I have some crystals. There was a question on Plant Romance today. How many crystals do you have? And I'm like, I have no freaking idea. I wouldn't even begin to know how many crystals I have. I have a lot. It's pretty high vibe up in here. I mean, I channel for Gaia, for Jesus, for the archangels, so for the dragons, for the fae, the elementals, pretty much all that's of light, the divine light collective, I guess you can say. This is the one thing that I started to draw, and I'll share this with you guys, and then I'm going to get going. Again, the directive for tonight, if you're into following directions like Michael was talking about today, was to listen to this again in astral state. So do this, whether you have done this astral live or you've repeated it or you've heard it or anything like that. We keep getting put back to listen to it. Today I was told very firmly to take notes and then talk about it, which is what I've done, and to put you guys on the path to do it again. If you can do it from the very beginning, and don't do it from, I mean, you can do it from this video if you want, because it starts, but I kind of skip around. No. It would just be better just to go back and do the original, to be honest with you, because I do get the information to skip some of Gaia's stuff and get to Michael's so we can listen to that, because we just listened to Gaia's yesterday again. And we just keep going over the same ones right now. And that is not an accident. It's really, really very specific tonight on the full moon. They've basically said, look, if you were to do an astral, you would basically talk about a lot of this exact same stuff. We've done the Dragon Fate Oracle. And we did also the Angels of Abundance Oracle. We've been on for 2 hours, 20 minutes, 27 seconds. We've gone over my notes, and now you guys have, like I said, the directive from Gaia and Michael and Jesus to please go over the, here, I will put the link here. Where is it? Why don't they give me that there?
They are. I'm so happy.
Oh, whatever. So again, if you do have the time and haven't done the whole thing, whether you have or not, whatever works for you, whatever you're personally guided to do, and I will also put this in the description in the comments if you guys can please comment for yourselves before and after doing the astral. You can also comment within the original astral, whatever you're guided to do there. Just please engage and let us know how it was for you. And I'm hearing that tomorrow we will be going back to a live astral. So please watch this one either tonight if you're so guided to go to sleep to it, tomorrow. And that is all for now. And if you're still awake after you listen to the whole thing at 2:22:02, the other part of the message is to go into your crystal tonight on the full moon. Go into your crystal. So if you do the whole meditation and then you don't go to sleep and you're still awake and then you go to sleep at some point, or you decide not to do the meditation tonight and maybe do it tomorrow, whatever. Because in the meditation, it talks about going into your crystal. So you can also take that opportunity to go into your crystal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, going into your crystal, it is a meditation from, I believe, I will find it. I will put it in the description. Not that you have to do it, but there is a meditation where you basically, the entire meditation is being a crystal and then being inside the crystal and meeting with Jesus there. The whole point of Raphael spending your going to sleep time and then being with you while you sleep time is to give you the open healing channel to heal and be with Jesus in the crystal. So these are reminders, yet again, family. We're like, keep repeating it because it's still relevant and very important for people to remember. Raphael is with you before you go to sleep, to envision him with you and healing you, especially in the heart chakra, to open up this channel for you to get into your crystal, to be in that meditative state, to be able to have an open channel and not open channel, but more like be in this like astral state, dreamy astral state where you can perceive him in a way where your subconscious and a bit of your conscious can kind of layer into it because you're in that crystal. And it's, I don't know how else to describe it other than that. And if you've been in that astral state in that crystal, and you know what I'm talking about. So it's just remembering that Raphael is helping with you getting there in a really easy way. So before you go into astral, especially if you know you're gonna go to sleep, if you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely happening, that's totally fine. Just perceive Raphael with you before you go into astral, before you go into meditation, and then obviously that Jesus is going to meet you in your crystal, and then also do that meditation because it's really, really awesome. Again, remember this is the full moon. Remember it's a 0 degree full moon. Go back and look at the oracle cards that we did pull. Let me see if I'm getting anything else right now, family, to give you and leave with you for tonight. If you find yourself tired tonight, because that does happen. Okay, sorry, I didn't see your. Oh, dang, man. Yeah, that sucks. I kind of moved stuff. Oh, that's better. I didn't see your comments, Leslie. Happy fully moon. It's fully, man. Have a glare from the lamp right on the computer, and I didn't see your comment, sweetheart, until just now. So if you've already gone, thank you. I love you. Bye. Sleep tight. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Just do the astral. Leave any comments. Listen again. And just remember any symbolism. Remember what the guardian angels talked about. Any sense. There was that. They're sprinkling their love light energy with the violet light. Personal guardian angels wanting to work with you. Dropping sense, reminding. Did you come in before or after that, Tisha? Because that was at the beginning when I started going over my notes. It was about dropping sense. I think you were here. Now I'm getting really tired. Sprinkling violet light everywhere. And Michael starts going into stuff about Gaia. So anyway, you guys have to listen to all that again. Basically, make it stick, people. Really, the idea with the guardian angels is that they really want you to work with them more and perceive them more. Is Tisha still here? If you are still here, I'll do that card for you. It's 227.55 into the feed. It's the fully moon. Happy November 23rd, full moon in Gemini, and activation. You want to anchor into this energy. This is also something that I believe he talks about, but it was definitely a channeled message tonight. So anchor. Where is my boy cat? I'm going to have to go drag his ass in. I did not like him out. Okay, so no Tisha. Alrighty. Nobody else? Alrighty. I'm going to go then eat in private. You guys go meditate. Just so you know, I'm going to do the exact same thing I'm told to go to sleep listening, which is oh so comfortable. Let me tell you guys, to listen to my own voice, but it being, I'm seeing more lights, but it's They're like, stop bitching and complaining. Okay, I'm not gonna bitch and complain anymore. I gotta listen to myself going to sleep. That's what I'm told to do. Shut up. There you go. Even though it's not me, it's my voice. Anyway, you try that sometime. It's weird sauce. Just saying. Infinite love, light, and blessings, family. Don't forget the keys to create, and I love you already. I live a magical, blessed life. I'm not complaining. I love every aspect